All right, race day vlog. We're down here in Lake City. Tomorrow running the San Juan Solstice 50. To say that today was a good day would be the biggest understatement on the planet. We had a bunch of scares, but really they all tie back to this lovely being right here. Give me a belly, Aria. So Aria decided to run away, almost get hit by a car, and then proceeded to vomit uncontrollably for about 15 minutes straight, which caused us to call emergency vets. And we're in Lake City, which for those of you who aren't familiar is extremely remote. There's no emergency vets here, so good afternoon. About to head to bed early, but here, I'm just going to show you kind of what I'm doing to lay out for the race tomorrow. So this is kind of a brief look at my gear, and I'll walk you through, like, I guess high level, and point out some things that maybe are like, what the hell is that? So nutrition here, warheads. What I have found is that for snapping fatigue of your palate, these are really good to kind of snap you out of it. Some people say pickles. For the most part, you're going to be relying on some super digestible, easy to digest stuff. This is a cupless race, so I got 2 cups here, a bunch of bladders, my number, jacket, hats, vest. In the morning, there'll be a need for a headlamp for like the tiniest of tiny bits, but have that. Always carry body glide. Tomorrow's going to be real hot, so lots of sweating and chafing likely. And then, of course, which will be super key here, my hiking poles. And then this race requires you to have a tracking device as well. Finally, tomorrow morning, I'll be getting up and applying Desitin here. For those of you who have children, maybe you're used to this because it's for diaper rash, but it also doubles, as I've found, as a fantastic way to coat your feet to essentially waterproof them. There's obviously other ways to do this, but this course starts with 7 creek crossings in the first like 7 miles, and they're going to be diesel creek crossings, which I'll show you. Yeah, this quick overview of gear. I'll link what I'm using in the description below. If something is not linked, it means I'm not going to stand behind it, so do the math there. But we'll see you guys in the morning. It's 4:13 a.m. race morning here. Fun part about every race for any distance, for any athlete who's ever done one, is the pre-race bathroom situation, which today we have 3 total for like 600, 500 runners. So that's going to be really fun, but headed over to the course. It's like a 2-minute drive, and gonna get ready to do this thing. All right, first creek crossing of the day here. We got quite a bottleneck, but you should expect this when you run this race. There's 7 of these creek crossings, and when they're really high like this, it's a little sketch to go across, so just be patient. They do put ropes for some of them, so example, this is a particularly high year too, so maybe you won't need ropes when you go, but be prepared for anything. Abbey Field's still here, but almost at Alpine here. Just through Alpine, about to top out. First climb here, see, like there, that's where we're going. Beautiful up here on the ridge before we drop down to Williams. You got Uncompahgre over there. Just barely make out Wetterhorn. And then where we'll eventually be later. Now working my way into Williams. Whew, running a little behind schedule, but that first climb is tough, man. So pretty up here. I'm not trying to film too much, but there's looking back, kind of came over there. From here on out, there, down. Through the first real cutoff, Williams had about 25 minutes to spare, but it is what it is. Gonna start the second climb here. So from this point on, I would highly recommend running when you can, because there is a massive climb ahead of you and you'll need the time. Yeah, beautiful day. It's gonna be really hot. And yeah, shout out to Jackie, Judith, Aria, Hazel, and Cass for all helping out in the aid station. Appreciate you guys. Starting the Carson climb here. If you have no familiarity with this course, this is a very steep climb. Aid station is below, I would say much below, the top out of your climb, similar to what Alpine was. But there is some runnable sections in this, so hopefully we can make use of that today. Through Carson Aid. Ghost town's right there. Here's a closer look. You may think that this aid station is near the top. You're wrong. You top out on the saddle, and then once you top out that, you have another like 1,000-foot climb to the top of CDT Colorado Trail. Yeah, some aerial views here of it, but next aid station we got is Divide, cutoff of 3:45 p.m. Gives us about 4 hours to get there. Overall, feeling okay. C+, I guess. Definitely got behind with eating, so trying to make up on that now. And it's gonna be really crucial for me to keep salt levels up as I get dehydrated too. Carson saddle, end of what is that, CT 23, something like that. Whew. But your climbing's not done, don't get excited. Views, not bad. Look at these views, man. Holy shit. Showing this for you, Jack. We put Summit Juno up here because it's such a beautiful spot. Almost at the next saddle. We have one more little climb, and then we'll be kind of rolling. This is a tough course, man, because unlike some other 50s, the elevation's kind of spread out. This is like packed in. You get it in 3 swoops. So just trying not to blow up today. It's going okay so far. Oh man, all right, high point of the Colorado Trail is right over there, 13.1 or so. We keep going, tag this little baby summit. At this point, the majority, not all, but the majority of your climbing is done. Thank fucking God. I need to make some actual running on this run. That was the peak we just tagged. Back on the CT proper, just grinding out rollers. snow field you might expect on a high snow year. That's the glissade we just went down. Pretty gnarly. You can see someone crossing the snow field up there. I haven't had a ton of time to talk because I've just been having a great day, but hiking poles are your best friend on this one. For snow, for climbing, for your legs are dead. We camped somewhere here last time we were here on the Colorado Trail. All right, you're gonna leave the CT, which is that way, and head up to the Divide aid station, 32 miles in. Gonna take a little break here. I'm gassed. Just leaving the Divide aid station. What a lovely place. Had a quick sit, sunscreen. I don't know if you can see it, probably. And yeah, so from here, got another climb, and then a pretty gradual 6-ish miles down to Slumgullion. One big ass climb after that, and then that's it. So 45 minutes ahead cutoff, leaving the aid, so should have a leisurely day should I choose. All right, last big climb before Slumgullion. On Compadre saying what's up. Red Mountain. Woo! All right, through the last aid station, and yeah, feeling great. Have an hour to spare. Just popped on new socks. Saw everybody. Drank like a liter of Coke, and yeah. So now you have one more diesel climb, and I'm not looking forward to it, but running really strong right now, so hopefully just gonna continue to finish strong. Just finished the Vickers climb. That was terrible. I'm not filming a lot here because this is private land, so don't want to be disrespectful. If you're training for this, don't train this section either. I'm good, thank you.
Come on down, Amy. She's going to sprint that. Woohoo! Right behind her now, entering the park. It's Mickey Mountain. 250 next.
Nice.
I wasn't into that.
Obviously the next day here. Just kind of wanted to give some final thoughts as I sit on the course about the San Juan Solstice 50. I guess some notes about me personally. I felt like the day went pretty well. I started off pretty slow because of just the nature of this race. There's a huge conga line of people basically until you get past the Alpine aid station, and even then maybe a little bit further. But then I also had just stomach issues that I need to figure out for future races. But overall, I felt like I kind of got into my groove after the Carson climb and really had a good balance of kind of laying it all out there and not just completely gassing myself for, you know, weeks to come. Race itself, I just have nothing but positive things to say about. The course, stunningly difficult but also stunningly beautiful, and yeah, everybody involved, from the race director to the volunteers to the town of Lake City itself, businesses here that stay open later to accommodate more people than their town's population of this race. Just really kind of what you expect in terms of trail running, ultra especially, vibes, but you don't always get that in today's day and age. So awesome to see just a great community of people that put this race on. If I had to say anything, I would encourage you to attend the breakfast afterwards, because that's where they give away a ton of stuff. You get your finisher hats or whatever they decide to give away that year. There's different color hats for the times that you finish, and then of course age group awards and all that fun stuff. But yeah, highly recommend San Juan Solstice 50. The way that they describe it is Hardrock, but just not as long. And I haven't done Hardrock, but just looking at the stats, this ended up being about 13,000 feet of elevation gain. over 50 miles, which is a ton of climbing for a 50. To put that in perspective, Leadville 100 only has 11,000 feet. And that's part of the reason I chose this race, was because I'm doing Run Rabbit 100 this fall, and this is about half of that in terms of stat, a little bit less climbing for half, or for double, I should say. But yeah, I'm really encouraged. I ended up finishing like 14:45. I probably could have finished sub 14 if I had spent less time in aid stations, had taken care of my stomach issues earlier. But I'm really happy with that time, and yeah, just really excited to keep kind of building my ultra skills. For all intents and purposes, this is really the second year I've ever done ultra trail running. I started off last year and kind of continuing the momentum, so just excited to see what I can continue to build on in the future. Hopefully this vlog helps you get a better idea of what to expect for a 50 miler with a lot of climbing, or just a San Juan Solstice experience in general. If you're new to my channel, I do virtual trail guides, more and more running content, based here in Colorado, but have it all across the United States and expanding borders beyond that. So go ahead and hit this subscribe button, please. Helps me show you more races. Let me know if there's a race you want me to kind of check out, you think that's awesome on this level, that's worth running. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.